I'd like to give a shout out to DC Dark Legion for sponsoring today's video. So diving on in to the darkest timeline here for DC Dark Legion. This is a roguelite drafting game mode that I really enjoy. It's one of the more active gameplay modes as opposed to the various idle ones in the client. We're going to play on the Space Weaver difficulty, which makes your things a little bit stronger, but also powers up the enemies as well. Makes it slightly more likely that you get the legendary and mythical champions, but some of the penalties that you'll need to navigate around while making choices are more frequent also. You pick an ace modifier at the start, which kind of helps focus which champions you're going to want to be drafting around. For today's example, I think we're going to draft Bat Family. I like a lot of the characters from the Bat Family, and they have a good core to draft from. The other non-Bat Family champions have their stats reduced a little bit, which doesn't necessarily make them unplayable for us, but it does mean that we're going to want to focus our core around the ones that are not penalized. To start with, you always have the same range. The only Bat Family character we have to start with here is Red Hood. We want to get some synergies with him so we can have some bonuses. So Red Hood, in addition to being Bat Family, also has Weapons Master. So I'm going to grab Green Arrow and Captain Cold here as our selection of ranged units. And then you need 2 Epic Champions to start. And one of the strategies I usually use for grabbing Epic Champions, I really like these 2 lead ones that can take some damage for us. We're going to grab two tanky dorks here and put them up front, so the champions we're more likely to stick with longer don't take damage early, because that damage carries over from round to round in a roguelike mode. So we'll lock these 5 in here, and you'll see there's various nodes that sometimes when you get to 3 of them, like in the back here, it can dictate which ones you get after. So this one makes Legion of Doom champions a little bit weaker, and this one gives an attribute boost for Justice Dark League champions. I don't think we're likely to land on too many Justice Dark League champions with a Bat Family draft, so I don't think it's worth picking up this bonus for the sake of avoiding this one, because Legion of Doom is also something we're not super concerned with. So it's better to take the slightly easier fight when we're not getting a meaningful bonus from the tougher one. So not a lot of selection here on our things to start. Go ahead and speed them up a little bit. And you can see our front line's taking some hits as expected, but our 3 better champions in the back not taking a ton. Cold. Let some of their animations play to start because they're fun.
I feel revived.
Jumps on in there and cleans them out. Probably gonna lose.
I never miss a shot.
Probably gonna lose one of these dorks. Yep. It's fine. We'll get some. You get some points to spend at the shop later, and then you get some new champions at the end. This is actually a really strong early roll for us. So we hit Red Hood twice, which gives it star upgrades to make him more powerful, and then we hit a frontline Bat Family who's also a Weapons Master. So we don't get the group bonuses until we have 3 Bat Families, but a 4th Weapons Master is going to make all of our existing ones tougher. At this point, if we look at our squad, we only have one that's a little bit injured, and this one's down, so we don't really need to heal. This can either heal everyone 50% or reanimate one, so I think I want to go into here and pick a bonus. So boost Bat Family champions 80%. Yeah, that's a great early one to roll for us. And now we've got 3 different decisions to make here. The next Dark Crisis or Infinite Crisis drops more resources. Upon recruiting Bat Family champions, they gain 3 additional stars. That's really strong for our draft. Yeah, we're gonna 100% head on into there. That would be a modifier we would love to have. All right, go get them, lads. I've already seen some of their movies, so I'm gonna turn that off so we can plow on through here and see how they're doing. Again, this other melee up front, that's the epic one's going to disappear at some point, but that's not a big deal.
I'm ready and waiting. I never miss.
Raven in, out, and all around. Clear there. We got Batman. That's perfect. He gives us a 5th Weapons Master and a 3rd Bat Family modifier, so we can slide him in up front over our Epic. What's this Crisis give? Our friends are all still pretty healthy, yeah? Kind of like, so the upside to doing the combat is we get the crystals after, whereas this just gives us recruitment. This also gives recruitment, but it gives us these modifiers as well. So I think it's worth diving into this combat to get the resources to spend down the line. Let's swap this out for Batman. You can see our modifiers happen here now. So we've got 5 Weapons Masters. Their attacks all increased by 15%. We've now got the 3 Bat Family, so they all get extra crit rate as well. It's possible that I might want to give up one of our Weapons Masters for the healer here is kind of appealing. Having a healer on your team is nice because it can give you that extra sustain so you don't feel compelled to hit the healing points early.
I feel revived.
For Atlantis.
Double stars on Batman here is big. Oh, I guess it's technically just a single star, right? Because we hit that modifier earlier, so he gets the bonus 3 when we re-recruit him. That's an action. So our Justice League. Trying to think who would I love for our last bonus. So we got 3 different modifiers. Earn extra harmonic crystals. Powerful bonuses. The Book of Destiny is an interesting one to grab early. This tends to be a little bit better later because you sacrifice some of your bonuses. You sacrifice usually something on a small group to make the rest of your squad more powerful, but our squad's not very large right now, so I think I don't really want to give anything up. I think we'll grab here and see if we can grab another Bat Family modifier, ideally. Attributes for all champions for each Bat Family champion owned 11.5%. Boost for Justice League champions. The higher total star count on your Justice League, the more this is. So this is a nice bonus, but there isn't a ton of Bat Family overlap with... There isn't a ton of Bat Family overlap with Justice League. We're going to move more into Bat Family as we go into this draft, so we're going to grab that modifier, I think. And we're almost to the end of the first of the 3. Let's see if there's any modifiers in here that are worth picking up. A lot of the time, you'll skip these early, or at least not spend all of it so you can get bigger modifiers later. This is upgrade Robin to 4 stars. That's okay. I think I'm going to take this modifier, extra crit rate for everything, lets them deal a little bit more damage. I think I'm going to save the rest of my currency for the next one through, so we can hopefully get a kind of team-wide Bat Family bonus on the next one of these. So it'll be 2 more times that we get to stop and buy stuff. All right, then we hit the final crisis for this area. Our draft is going relatively well so far.
I never miss. I'm ready and waiting.
We're probably going to need a healing... Usually there's a healing station when you get into the next one. Hopefully Nightwing doesn't go down.
I never miss.
For Atlantis.
I feel
I am vengeance.
All right. Green Arrow is down, but that's fine. We can easily, hopefully, substitute him out. We'll get to draft some replacement, some new folks here after we finish the end. So you get to draft 3 folks that you're looking for. Batgirl's wonderful addition. So Robin's kind of an assassin that jumps into the back. I think I'm going to take upgrades on Nightwing and Batman, and then we'll have Batgirl. Batgirl is support for the back to replace that Green Arrow going down. So get some stars up, which makes them more powerful, and then there's the healing. We're gonna need the healing at this point. We've got our 2 front lines are kind of low, and our backs are low as well. So we will happily grab this and hit our 50% healing for everybody who's currently conscious, and then green arrow is just going to stay knocked out along with the other one that's knocked out. Arkham's Most Wanted get a bonus. We're not going to be drafting those. Reduces Justice League Dark. Yeah, that's fine. Again, we'll take the easier combat here because the bonus isn't really worthwhile. We'll add Batgirl in.
I can handle
Gets our
it, no
Bat Family
problem.
crit rate up to 18%. It's lovely. Our healer's a little bit on the weak side in the back.
I'm ready and waiting.
Would not mind getting her substitute out for like a Green
I feel
Lantern
rough.
or someone
Don't
else a little bit more
underestimate
sustained.
Lord Lattice.
I could also just be a Robin though as well and
I
just
am
depend on
vengeance.
the healing points to keep our folks alive as we go. You don't always need a healer in a successful run. Those are solid pickups here as well. I don't need another healing at this point, so let's see what bonus we can grab. Attribute boost for all champions for each Bat family you own. Yep. Keep snowballing those. Legion of Doom bonus. Arkham's Most Wanted bonus. I think this one's slightly more likely to be useful to us. We picked up our first copy of Harley Quinn in the last one, who shares a Birds of Prey faction with Batgirl. So sometimes you can blend Birds of Prey in with the Bat family. It's an all right front line if we end up getting stars for her. I think our team's just staying as is though. We got some solid upgrades for them. If we keep making good
I'm
choices
ready and
with our
waiting.
modifiers, we could probably mostly run through with these, with our healer here being the primary one we're looking to sub out for someone better probably. Although she just got starred up here. If we're gonna keep her, having her be a bit stronger is ideal. Recruit 2 Mythic Family Bat Champions. Yes, please. Upgrades for both of those is great. I think we have enough of our potential endgame squad that this is useful now. Let's show this off. All Legion of Doom champions lose 5 stars. All Bat Family champions star up by 5. Yep. Red Batman's about to take some names here, I bet. We're at 650 currency heading into this purchase spot, so attribute boost, higher total star credit your Bat Family champions. That's pretty good. Honestly, this probably just carries us. Yeah, I actually don't think I've ever had that much of a delta between my stats and the enemy stats. Usually these numbers are closer. In fact, in a few of my draft runs I've done, my numbers were a touch lower than theirs. But our modifiers rolled in this run have been
I
really
feel
crazy.
Don't underestimate me.
Oh yeah, wow. We're probably not even gonna have to take the. I often have to take the healing when we roll into the next one. This was a sweet draft run. All right, and we get to. Honestly, I think we have enough damage at this point that I'm gonna draft Robin, and we're just gonna play without a healer. We'll get more stars up on these, and we'll just be 5 for 5 on the bats, and just run them down. In the future vanishing point, each unique champion deployed. Every time you enter a new area, champions receive the following bonuses. I think we'll take this. Clean them out. Bat Family champion star up by 3. Yeah, we are. I don't think I've ever hit max stars in a champion in this mode before, but we're gunning for it this time on a couple of these folks.
I'm ready and waiting.
If they live long enough, you'll see Robin when he ults, he jumps into the back and cleans them out. We got a few people in here we haven't shown the ultimates on yet. Maybe we'll turn those on for the next one. Oh yeah, red hoods up to red stars as well. Upon recruiting a duplicate champion, the champion gains 3 additional stars. Yeah, we might use that still. Let's turn the movies on for this fight to showcase some of the animations. Although the fight might go before some of them happen.
I feel revived.
He dives in and they all just disappear. There was only one ult. Oh, that's great. And I think we've got our 5 at this point, so I think we're mostly just running it down. It's gonna be quick from here. I'm just gonna take the crit rate and just keep pushing the damage at this point. Jump into the Book of Destiny for a big payoff. Oh, see, this is... I told you we'd rolled a little bit well so far. We're gonna have to pay to heal our friends, and none of these are really particularly useful. I wish there was a take none option. We just lost half our health on everybody for no payoff. It's fine. There's it just costs us some currency basically, which is why I took the risk. You can pay 200 in here to heal them back up, so I basically paid 200 to roll on that spot. All champions 10% HP, crit damage, and crit damage. All right, well, I think we'll take crit damage twice. We've had a ton of crit rate up modifiers, and this might be the fastest, cleanest. Yeah, I think this is my first time rolling over 1 million going into here. We're up almost 100% on them. All right, we'll leave the movies on again, so maybe we'll get more than one ultimate this time through.
Don't underestimate me.
Gets her bonus up.
I have one power. I never give up.
This'll hurt.
This might actually finish it. Oh yeah, that was... Okay, so not all of these draft runs are that quick and easy, but that one was really clean. We rolled really awesome modifiers and had some solid pickups early on our stars doubling up especially. We hit red stars on so many so quickly, and that's the Darkest Timeline draft. This is one of the more active modes in DC Dark Legion, and I've enjoyed it a ton. For those not familiar, DC Dark Legion is a new official DC game on PC and mobile. You can collect and power up over 50 playable superheroes and supervillains from the iconic DC universe. DC Dark Legion includes a variety of game modes ranging from an RPG story based on Scott Snyder's Dark Knight's Metal series to idle base building and even a roguelite drafting mode. That last one's my personal favorite. It's called The Darkest Timeline. It's a solo roguelite challenge with multiple difficulty tiers. You get to pick different modifiers and see if your draft can go your way, leading you to victory over the different challenges. I'd like to give a shout out to DC Dark Legion again for sponsoring today's video. If you want to dive in on PC or mobile using my link, you can find that in the video description down below. If you want to play with me personally, I have a Hoaglandia Alliance set up on server Earth 215, where we can work on saving the multiverse together. If you're new or just haven't entered it yet, you can also use my gift code DCDL999 to get yourself some free in-game goodies once you start playing. Appreciate everybody that made it all the way through the end of the video today, and I hope your journey to save the multiverse is an excellent one.